me while I whip this out.
It's the Josh Zodiac Podcast.
Josh Zodiac, turning loud, breaking limits, breaking crowds through the fire where the warriors roam. This is Apex, this is Battle Home. Josh Zodiac, where legends collide. Feel the power, let it amplify.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the greatest podcast you've never heard of. That is, of course, the Josh Zodiac Podcast, the podcast that has no real agenda and no real script. As far as you know, that is. This is the podcast that understands why Brock Lesnar is back in WWE. Despite all the crap that he's apparently been cleared of, if you're going to have John Cena's greatest hits, if we can't have Edge, we can have Brock Lesnar. And there's no bigger hit than Brock Lesnar. A week removed from SummerSlam, which was a good show. I will say on this show, we're not going to talk a whole lot about Raw and SmackDown. To be fair, nothing really big happened, at least in my opinion. In this episode, we will talk about news stories, and I have a special news story for the Psycho. I'm sure he'll appreciate that. That going forward, on this particular episode, we were going to have Nicole, Charles, of course, myself, and the Psycho Nerd. Charles got tickets to a Tampa Bay Buccaneers game. He got them last minute. No issue. Have fun. Enjoy. The NFL is around the corner, so I totally get that. Nicole had a prior engagement. Totally cool. Loved having her on last week. I'm looking forward to having her on again. Of course, the Psycho joined me for our ramblings and our fun. But a new guest will be on the show, and I'll introduce her later in the show. But her name is Christine Terra. She is from the great country of Canada and has been providing me with some helpful information to help get my podcast out there. And then that being said, for you people that have been here from the beginning, you're awesome. Thank you for being here. You are the real day ones. If you're new to the show, have it be the audio or the video, please make sure you like as my voice cracks. Oh, that's the one thing I hate about it. I know, my fucking voice cracks. If you're new to the show, sorry, I went on a rant there. If you're new to the show, have it be on Spotify, Apple Podcast, or even on YouTube, especially on YouTube. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, comment, and watch the whole episode from start to finish. That's what helps get us out there. I'm trying to get the content higher. We got 2 new followers since last week. We're sitting at 34. By the end of August, when I take my little vacation, I would like to be at 50, if not higher. So if you're a fan of wrestling, if you're a fan of people just talking and having a good time, then give us that like, subscribe, follow, and comment. I do put the YouTube and the TikToks out there, the shorts for YouTube. Make sure you comment on them. Get that going out there. Trying to get that algorithm going. And again, if you've been here before, I appreciate you. You guys are awesome. But stick around. I'll be back momentarily with the Psycho Nerd from the Psycho Nerd Podcast and newcomer Christine Terra as we talk about news and an extra news subject that's not WWE related. So stick around. Be back momentarily.
In brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power. Green Lantern's light.
All right, everyone, welcome back to the Josh Zodiac Podcast. We're a little short-handed today. That bastard Charles decided to go to a Buccaneers game instead of being here talking about wrestling. I give Nicole a pass because she had something else come up, so she gets a pass. But Charles gets a demerit.
How dare he? How dare he? Goddammit!
Exactly.
A damn football game by the Buccaneers is more important than this shit.
I mean, if it was the Cowboys, they could see him.
Well, I could probably forgive the Cowboys. Yeah, totally. But
Anywho, we have a new guest on the show. She and I have been chit-chatting about algorithms and all kinds of cool stuff the past couple of days. I'll let her promote her show here in a second, but we have Christine Terra. Welcome to the show, madam.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. What is the name of the podcast that you are currently on?
I'm doing Beyond the Sound, and you can find it at beyondthesound-ca on YouTube. And it's a music-based show. So we're on there interviewing and trying to bring like new artists to the forefront. So we're seeking out new artists and independents, and we're on there interviewing them and giving a little bit of connecting them to the audience a little bit more.
Heck yeah. Nothing better than some good music. And with the loss of Ozzy recently, there's definitely a big hole and a big void in the music industry right now.
I was very sad over that.
Yeah, I'm sure you're not the only one. I do know whenever I went home from leave when I was in the military, I would listen to Mama, I'm Coming Home. And it put me in the right frame of mind. So, but yeah, definitely welcome to the show. And of course, the creator of the Psycho Nerd podcast, my younger brother, what was his name again? The Psycho Nerd.
Watch your language in front of the lady, punk!
Yeah, definitely watch your language. There's a lady present, sir.
I'm sorry, I haven't had 12 beers, so I think I should be okay. I think I'll be all right. I do not have any beer. I just have my coffee. So
I don't know. Is there some Kahlua in that coffee?
Before I have to go to work here in about an hour and a half.
So yes, okay, cool.
Just a little. So shut the fuck up, man.
Dude, I said watch your language. Wow, it's already starting. Normally we would review Raw and SmackDown, but to be fair, nothing really. After a PLE, nothing of significance really happened. We were not going to get anything until next week, which I think is kind of BS. So what we'll be talking about is news that's been going on in the WWE for the past week and a half-ish, because some of these stories are a little bit older. But the top story, starting next year, WWE fans in the U.S. will have to use the new ESPN app to watch PLEs. The app has not dropped. It supposedly is dropping later this year, and it's going to be a whopping $30 a month just to watch the PLEs. We're back to the old pay-per-view days when it comes to pricing. I'm curious because Christine is in Canada. I'm not sure how y'all are able to watch content like this up there. So could you explain to us exactly how it works up there in Canada?
Well, I do believe for wrestling, we still have cable. We still have the cable, those channels, and it gets played through there pretty much exclusively. I think that's the only way we can really get it, other than clips on YouTube and stuff like that. It's just still through the traditional. Is it on any streaming services at this point?
In the US, Raw is on Netflix.
Yeah.
NXT is on. I'm sorry?
How we get it. Anything that you guys get in the US, pretty much, I think, except for some certain movies, we get on. So all the lives and stuff that you guys get access to, so do we. So it's on Netflix through us. But most, like I said, we still have the old channels. We still have the old cable network. Okay. It's digital cable, but it's not. That's about the only thing that you can really catch those regular shows on around here. And it's expensive.
When it comes to the premium live events or the pay-per-views, here in the US, it's on Peacock. Yeah. Is that the same up there, or is it also on Netflix? Yeah. It's on Peacock as well?
And the on-demand on the cable networks.
Oh, wow. Did not know that was still a thing.
I know, right? Wow.
I haven't had cable, actual cable in years, so I really...
Yeah. The only reason why I know is because when my father was sick, that's the only thing he watched, because he's too old school, so I had to get it for him.
Yeah, fair enough.
And that's why I was like, oh, this stuff, it hasn't changed in 20 years. I was on there, and I'm like, this is the same. The interface and everything's been the same for 20 years. I was like, wow, people still buy this stuff.
You think it would have updated after a while, but I guess not.
Believe me and Psycho know that all too well. We have a very stubborn father as well, so we get that.
He's not that bad.
Oh, shut up.
Oh,
yeah, if you don't live with him. Psycho.
I never used to listen. Like when he watches it, it's like I'm so used to not watching commercials anymore. It seems so strange to watch a show
Yeah.
with commercials.
Oh yeah. Psycho, how do you feel about this? Going from Peacock, which is what 15, 10?
It depends on the tier that you have. If you got the regular, I think it's like just under $10. If you want the premium, it's a little bit more.
Yeah.
I'm not happy with it in the sense that it's going to be more money. You said 30 a month or what?
Yep.
Yeah, that's bullshit because exactly what you said. And I apologize for my language in front of our new co-host, but I'm not happy about the fact that I'm basically going to be paying exactly what I had to pay back in the day to watch PLEs. And a lot of times, not always, but a lot of times they're lacking. Let's just say that. Sometimes they're not as great as we want them to be.
Yep.
So that does not make me happy at all. That makes me feel like I want to look for an alternative to get my PLE action going forward because I don't want to pay $30 a month.
What about those boxes? I used to have one of those IP, like Apple TV boxes. I remember I used to get, like, I went 10 years ago. I got all the WW events, all the sport events, all the pay-per-views on that box.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They do sell them, but they make new ones so quick that the technology can't keep up with it, or and I think me and Psycho have a friend back home who sells them, and he does what he does with them, but again, they make new ones so quickly that the old ones become obsolete within like 6 months. So it's really hard to keep up. And yeah, you're paying 100 or 120, whatever you're paying for it, but it becomes obsolete fairly quickly. Me personally, if I have the option, it's VPN time, baby. I'm gonna VPN it, pay the $3-4, and then watch freaking Netflix from the UK.
I guess I have no choice.
Gotta watch it sooner. That's the only difference.
Yeah, I guess I have no choice because I ain't paying no $30. No way.
And the comments I've been seeing online is, it's back to pirating. Like they're gonna go back to the old school ways. But because when you pay $10-12, and not only did you get the PLEs, but you also got the entire library. The library at the end of the year is in limbo because are they going to put it on Netflix? Are they going to put it somewhere else? They really need to go back to what they had at the network. Just go back to the freaking network. Seriously, I get it's all about the money, but if you're putting out a mediocre product, I'm not paying $30 a month for that service.
It's not like it used to. The wrestling and the quality of entertainment is just not there. That's one of the reasons why I don't tune in. I like the clips on YouTube, but I don't know if I could watch a whole show anymore like I used to in the 90s when Raw was just like jam packed from one end to the other. Like, you didn't know what was going to happen in Raw back then. You really didn't.
And there was no DVR streams. If you didn't watch it live or record it on your VHS tape, you were screwed. And there were no reruns back then of that. Like, you missed Raw? Oops, sorry.
Sorry to
you. Yeah, exactly. Excuse me. But yeah, I do know a lot of people in the US are kind of pushing back, and WWE being sold to TKO I get it, but I don't get it because I'm like, you're putting out horrible, and the product is not what it should be. If I'm going to pay these types of prices, especially for the shows live, $5,000 for a not even ringside seat at a PLE in San Diego, not happening. I'm not digging that at all.
Nope.
No, and I used to go $75, $50 for a front row seat right on the aisle.
See, what the hell?
Now it's like, you need to give us your first male child, and we need your social security number for future. No, I'm just not buying that. Moving on to something that actually happened on Raw, which made me very happy, even though Becky has been pissing me off lately. Becky, apparently her next feud in WWE is going to be with Nikki Bella.
Boo!
The person that nobody wanted to come back.
Boo!
Yes.
Sorry.
And I'm surprised she was even on Raw after that Piper Niven, popping a breast implant on Raw the week prior.
Is that a thing? Did that happen?
Yeah, Piper Niven did a splash on her, and it moved her breast implant like to the left or the right, and it hurt like hell. And
Ooh.
the reactions you see from the other team are genuine. They're like, "Oh shit, it looks nasty." And Piper is
Didn't
not
that
a
happen
small
to
girl.
China back in the day too?
I'm
I
sorry.
thought that happened. I thought that happened to China as well back
It,
in the day.
yeah, I
It
heard,
might
as I
have.
understand it. Yeah, it did. It did happen to her
Yeah,
at some point. I forget
I don't
how
know
it
anything
happened,
about
but
that.
Yeah.
But Becky and Nikki are having their little thing, and then Becky goes nuclear and says, "You know what? Me and my husband, who is Seth Rollins, for those that don't know, that have been living under a rock, like me and my husband are the greatest, hottest couple in wrestling of all time." And then she goes, "Oh, wait a minute, didn't that could be you? But oh, you can't see your ex anymore." And I damn near fell out of my chair. I was like, "Oh, she fucking went there."
the crowd reaction was
And then
great.
Nikki Bella was like almost like she didn't expect it to come. Like it looked so genuine. Psycho, I'm gonna start with you on this one. What did you think of this promo?
My jaw dropped. I was actually at work driving around when I was watching the clips on, or I was watching Netflix at work. Shh, don't tell anybody.
Tell everybody.
I was eating my lunch. Anyway. Yeah, jaw dropped. Couldn't believe she actually went there, and I knew exactly what she was talking about when she was like, "That could have been you," and the crowd knew because the crowd reaction was awesome. That's what really made that more fun for me personally. Because yeah, the fans know, they get it. It was awesome, and it's like, and I know you said that you don't really care for her new theme song, and I've been listening to it.
No, I don't.
It's not terrible. It's just I don't like it when established stars change their ring entrance. I don't know. It just kind of bugs me.
The only one that changed that I actually encouraged and liked was when Edge did it. Because Edge went to a very to oh crap, this song is fucking amazing. So she went back. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And Becky's probably coming to the end of her career anyway. Why do it now? She should have done it years ago.
Probably, but maybe she just wanted to do something different because of that fact. Who knows? I mean, now that, between her and Seth, injuries, and they got a daughter together. So it's probably
supposed injury.
It's probably time to. Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
It's probably time to wind down for both of them because Seth has already had so many legit injuries. So
especially in his knees, the ACLs and everything.
But bottom line, this segment was awesome. So awesome.
Yeah, agreed. It was definitely like something that I had to rewind and watch it a second time to make sure I heard it right. I'm like, there's no way they let her go there.
No, apparently they did.
Christine, did you happen to catch that promo?
No, but I can kind of assume what's going on there from your description.
If you get a chance, go to YouTube and just put Becky promo on Nikki Bella, and it'll have the segment. If you know the situation with Nikki Bella and John Cena, it will make sense.
As soon as you did this, I knew exactly. So they must have been dating, and he got burned pretty freaking hard in the ring. I kind of assumed that. I can picture it in my head. I know all the players who came here.
The crowd was like, "Oh no!" And they went to the crowd reaction, and it was people were like, "Oh!" Like,
yeah, that was pretty close to my reaction too.
Between John Cena and Bella, or was it just a stage thing?
They were going to get married.
They legit were going to get married.
Yeah.
There was some stipulations that John had that Nikki did not want to follow. So John was like, "Now you really can't see me because I'm out."
Oh wow!
And he married some other lady, and he's very happy for him. But now Becky's going through like the whole rebound, trying to find the right guy, and she recently got arrested for domestic violence because she beat up her now ex-husband.
Oh wow!
But yet we're welcoming Brock Lesnar back for doing what he did. But yeah, we're letting Nikki Bella in. I digress. I don't.
Yeah,
but
let's not go there. Speaking
of the Bellas, Brie Bella on Nikki and Brie's podcast, which I've never watched, I just see clips here and there, is blaming Daniel Bryan for her not returning to the WWE. Personally, I don't think the phone is ringing for a reason. None of the crowd wants Nikki Bella back anyway.
So
she's just a waste of space.
What exactly is her reasoning on blaming him? What I don't understand.
Because he's in AEW.
So what?
They don't.
She can do what she wants.
And see, that's the thing though, is that Rhea Ripley is married to Buddy Matthews. Is that his name?
I think so.
He's an AEW. He's an AEW. They're married. They've been married for like 1-2 years now, and they make it work.
Yeah, obviously.
So her excuse is BS.
Pretty much. I mean, not to mention that Ricochet was working over to AEW, and then what's her name was still doing.
Samantha Irvin.
Yeah, Samantha Irvin was still for not anymore, obviously, but there for a while they were on separate shows. So that's not really a valid argument, in my opinion. It sounds to me like she's just looking for something or somebody to blame.
Yeah.
At
the end of the day, the phone's not ringing, but yeah, she's trying to make excuses. Like, no, your phone's not ringing. If they're going to welcome any one of the Bella twins back, it's going to be Nikki. Nikki is the star. Brie is Chewbacca. Nikki is Han Solo.
Strangely enough, I agree with that comment. She was the one who had the more.
She's not as hairy, obviously.
Obviously, I mean, but
do you have any thoughts?
Characters, neither one of the Bellas. Like that was right when I was starting to come out of wrestling, and I just I just didn't. They didn't hit with me like the other female wrestlers. Like I could care less about them when I was watching them, kind of deal. I didn't really get excited to see them wrestle.
And not just that, but they try to take credit for we changed women's wrestling. No, you didn't. The women that came from NXT did that. Paige, Charlotte, Becky Lynch, Bayley, and Sasha Banks. Those 5 women right there alone are the reason why the women's division is where it's at today.
It had nothing to do with them.
I'd say for me, it was Lita and Chyna. Those were two to me that really changed the game for wrestling.
And you can't forget
about Trish. Yeah, you gotta
Trish.
Trish was, she's Canadian, so I have to have her back, right? But really, for me, the biggest impact was Chyna, because Chyna showed me that a woman could actually be as tough as a man, and that just wasn't happening before that. It was all like there were more accessories back then, and Chyna just came in and she's like, no, I'm this. And I really found Lita the same way. She showed us that she could be pretty and really tough and talented at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
She did a moonsault on her first night on TV. I was in love with her immediately.
She was my female crush. I absolutely love Lita. She was supposed to come to Nova Scotia, and I was so sad when she didn't, because I was so excited to find out that she had scheduling conflicts. Yeah. And I was like, she's still around the circuit. She does some not wrestling, but I think she does guest spots, right? She was.
Yeah, so does Trish. Yeah, Trish does the same thing. But you talk about Chyna, who she didn't break through the glass ceiling. She shattered it and just she did all of that. But yet we have yet to get her as an individual in the Hall of Fame. She's with DX, which is great.
It's disgusting.
It's great that she's in with DX because she deserves her spot there.
Fine.
But as a trailblazer in the women's wrestling, and back then it was mostly bra and panty matches. Chyna was the only one.
Well, no, back in her day there was nothing. The female division was pretty much defunct after London Blaze dropped the title in the garbage.
They were like the arm candy to the other wrestlers, and sometimes they would get into little fights, but there was no actual wrestlers, except I have to say Vaughn. There was another one there.
Luna Vachon or
Vaughn. She had the crazy hair, the white
Luna
hair.
Vachon.
Oh, Luna Vachon. Yeah.
Her too. She was predecessor to them. I met Luna Vachon, and she was fucking one of the nicest people I ever met.
Really?
I met her back when I was like 9 or 10 years old in a wrestling show.
No shit.
And she was extremely nice. I was mind blown, because when you see her character, you're like, she's gonna be like, but she was absolutely sweet. And I have to say, Luna is the before anybody, she's the one that really showed that you could be a tough bitch in the industry and not arm candy. But then it was Chyna and Lita, or those are the big ones that I really remember standing out for their talents, not their looks.
Yeah.
And Luna Vachon was very underutilized there during the Attitude Era. She kind of just got kicked to the side after Sable and Jacqueline started their big rivalry and they brought the women's title back. It's like she wasn't there anymore, and it kind of sucked. So
that's more Vince McMahon wanting sexy women.
Oh, it is. It is.
It could have been a bigger star if Vince had let her.
Mm-hmm.
The one woman in the the women's division prior to all this that people tend to forget about is Sensational Sherry. Yeah,
I
she
remember
Right.
she
Oh,
was,
very.
she was arm candy, but she could hold her own in the ring with any man.
She was a former
And
champion.
she was not afraid to get in your face and let you know how it was. I saw her do that with many meaty men in her. And she's like, she's looking like my mom yelling at me. I'm like, yeah, you're kind of short. You're not really, but it's just funny to watch. But she's like, I don't care. I don't care how big you are. I don't care how tough you are. I'm gonna let you know how it is. And it was just so much fun to watch her.
I
Especially-
hated
hell,
her because she took my husband from me when I was a kid. Shawn Michaels was the man I was going to marry, and I hated her so much because she took Shawn from me. That's the only reason why I didn't like her.
Hell,
I was
she-
just jealous.
You talk
Well,
about
you-
her standing up to men. She actually beat up the Macho Man after his match with the Ultimate Warrior at WrestleMania 7 after he lost.
And then
So-
my future wife came out and defended him. May she rest in peace, Miss Elizabeth. God, I had
Miss
the biggest
Elizabeth.
crush on
I
her.
love
Miss
Oh,
Elizabeth.
God,
She
I
was-
love Miss Elizabeth.
She was a true queen.
She
Mm,
was
I
a
really love Elizabeth.
absolute gorgeous.
absolute tragic what happened to her, but you know what?
Yeah, it was. It really
now,
was.
But now Elizabeth, Macho Man, and Hulk are back in heaven. They're back together again. The Mega Powers are back together once again.
Absolutely.
That was the heyday of wrestling when those
Oh, it
guys.
really was.
Mm-hmm.
Like I look at the old clips back then, and they can just not replicate like the Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man, Hulk Hogan, and they were doing their interviews and the energy. You just can't replicate that.
And I think a big part of that too is when you're a kid, you don't care about the politics behind the scenes. You're watching what's on TV. Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man, Big Boss Man, these guys were larger than life. They were real life cartoon characters that you got to watch every week for an hour.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it
Yeah,
was, and
100%.
I didn't care that, that there was crap going on backstage. I don't care. I'm freaking 9 years old. Who the fuck cares?
We never thought about stuff like that.
No.
We never knew it. We didn't have the
No.
internet to hear those rumors.
No, we didn't. That's a fair point.
You did not. Back when kayfabe was alive and well,
No kidding.
now it's on life support.
And that's, I think, maybe takes away from the illusion of wrestling a little bit, is because now we do know they're like back then we only knew their characters, but now it's like it's easier to see the distinction. Back then we didn't, because we see nothing of their personal lives, nothing of who they were. We didn't even know their real names.
Nope.
We knew their character names, and there was nowhere on the internet to go see what they were doing outside of wrestling. I think that might have killed some of that magic that wrestling had back then, to tell you the truth.
See,
And
like
they
for
were-
the
And people that have been watching the Netflix series Unreal have been complaining, like you're pulling the curtain away so we can see the wizard behind the machine.
we've already seen that
We've
stuff
seen a lot
quite a
of it
bit.
already.
I mean, what are they talking about?
Yeah, they're just people are going to complain about everything.
There
It's just
are no
unreal.
secrets in wrestling anymore. Now with
Yeah, not
with
the internet.
everything the way it goes and social media,
Well,
there's no
not
more
true.
secrets.
Not true.
Okay.
Nobody, except this guy saw the John Cena heel turn coming. Nobody saw it coming, but this podcast did. Yes.
Okay, I thought you were going to bring up the fact that they brought back CM Punk a couple of years ago.
Oh
but
no!
Of course, you had to bring this crap up. Of course,
People are like, oh, I knew it. No, you didn't, because you don't have it on audio. I do.
I remember when he first come out and he was a heel.
He kind of was, yeah.
Yeah, he
He
kind of
was like that rapper, annoying little, like when he first come out, he was not a likable character at all.
Not for a while. Not until he spanked Stephanie McMahon on TV. Then all of a sudden, people started liking him.
Yep. But then again, who doesn't want?
Well, then he dropped that kind of rap thing too, and he started doing like the John Cena thing, right?
Yeah.
But when he came out and he had like the backward side hats, and he'd be out, he looked faked. Like apparently he does like rapping, but it just didn't suit him, so it didn't make him likable when he's trying to do this character that doesn't suit him at all.
And that was the only time I liked him. When he started doing that whole Marine thing, he lost me.
Yeah, I never was. He was too clean cut for me. I like the bad boys. They're more entertaining.
Yeah.
Speaking of bad boys, that's a perfect segue to our next topic. Vince Russo. Oh, I don't have a boo. Oh, I do have a boo button. Where'd it go? Where's my boo button at? Oh, shit. Was not prepared for this.
God damn it, dude.
Boo this man!
Exactly. Boo Vince Russo. He sucks. He tried to ruin 2 companies in the span of 2 years. On his podcast. On Vince's podcast, he stated that Stephanie Vaquer should not, let me repeat that, should not be allowed to talk or give a promo on a live WWE show. Christine, I'm going to start with you. Now, you are familiar with Stephanie Vaquer.
Yeah.
Okay. She does have that thick accent. You do need, but then again, there are plenty of superstars, Becky, Io, Asuka.
That's the reason why he doesn't want her to speak, is just because of her accent.
You have a hard time understanding what she's trying to say. That's what his logic is.
Yeah, that's stupid, because look at the UFC and how many freaking when they get interviews, you can barely speak. They still let them speak.
Yep.
That's what subtitles are for.
Well, they've been doing that with some of the, when they cut like not the live promos, but like the vignette promos, they'll have the subtitles on the bottom, which I think is cool. They did that with Shinsuke and even Io for a time there.
Yeah,
but I'm like, if they're making the time to put out a promo, give them the time to shine. Not everybody has to have a manager there to speak for them. Psycho, what are your thoughts?
You know what? Let her talk. I mean, yes, I agree. I mean, she's from which country is she from again? I always forget.
She's from South America somewhere. I forget
where. So she's speaking what is it, Spanish, right? Yeah. So, but you know what? When she's doing her English, you can tell she's kind of struggling. It's obviously not her first language.
Yeah.
Kudos to her for having the courage to at least try to speak in both languages.
Yeah.
I say let her do what she wants to do, and frankly, I don't mind her speaking English. It doesn't sound terrible or anything.
She
does both. Yeah.
Enough Spanish-speaking people in the U.S. And just
I deal with that on a regular. You got people that work here in South Texas that, quite frankly, they don't speak a lick of English, and it's like, how did you get a job here? Like, how does that work? So I don't know.
I think there's, like I said, I watch UFC, and almost a lot of the fighters can barely speak English, but they don't let them talk because of it.
You don't hear anyone complaining about it. So
no, people really don't. But
so I don't know what the hell Vince Russo's problem is, but I say, you know what? Just let it go, dude.
Oh no, I know what Vince's problem is. Vince Russo is a piece of shit.
I don't ever liked Vince Russo.
I'm going to get on my soapbox, and I'm going to say what I got to say about this. Vince Russo is a piece of shit. Vince Russo he is so upset that he's no longer involved in professional wrestling at that level that he has to shit on everything that everybody else does. Vince, right here, if you are watching this, and I doubt you are because you don't have the intelligence to even search for my podcast, but if you do hear this, let you know that you are done. The Vinces in wrestling are gone. Vince Russo, Vince McMahon. I despise both of you just as equally as the other. Go the fuck away.
Yep.
All you're doing is putting evil into a product that makes millions of people happy. Just unplug the microphone and go to the mountains and just become, fuzzy wuzzy at this point. I don't care who you become. Just go the fuck away.
Fuzzy Wuzzy was a woman? Sorry.
Jesus, wow. Really? You pulled that one on me?
Yeah, I did.
But you get my point, though.
Yeah, I did.
Shut the fuck up. It's that simple.
It's one thing to share an opinion, but when you want to sit there and blast somebody for doing what they love and trying to express themselves to the fans who absolutely love her, that's unnecessary. You don't have to go.
I've never liked him. I've literally just a weasel little face. I've never thought he added anything of any value. Anytime I see him on the screen, I just shuddered, like right from the day he came out. And I think he ruined a few careers and a few shows.
He did. Yeah, he did.
He's just a shitty person.
I just got a text from Ellie Knight. So he agrees. So he totally agrees. The last topic, this episode's going by rather quick.
Apparently.
This last topic, I saw this, I want to say it was 2 weeks ago. I saved it. I didn't talk about it last week because it was all about SummerSlam.
Oof.
But this one is just for it was for both of y'all, obviously, but this is something that's near and dear to the Psycho's heart.
Oh, Jesus Christ. This is going to piss me off, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. It depends on how you take it. A man was jailed. I didn't see where. I think it was Florida somewhere. A man was jailed for possession of a replica Master Sword from the Legend of Zelda video games.
All the crazy shit that I cover in Florida, that's what they arrest somebody for. Okay.
They arrested him for that. Let me pull up the story because I need more details because I don't remember all the details. And I can always edit this out. Where is it? Right bottom.
You have got to be kidding me.
No, I am not. Oh, there's more news about Zelda, but we'll talk about that next time. Yeah, man jailed for possession of the replica sword. He was sentenced to 4 months in prison after being found in possession of the bladed article in public. Oh, he was in Britain. That makes even more sense actually now.
He was in Britain?
He was in Britain. He was spotted on the streets of Warwickshire, UK, which he said was a fidget toy to keep his hands busy.
Britain don't have very good. Like, I'm pretty sure they're tight on their shit there. I don't think you can walk around there with a sword like you can in the U.S.
Officers were made aware via CCTV of his walking down the road with the sword in his hand. He approached officers with the blade visible, at which point he was arrested. Come on, man. The Knights of the Round Table are done. Come on. Jesus.
Sounds like what story would be on my other podcast, the stupid criminals walking around.
And they usually come from Florida. They usually come
you're from Florida. You're in Britain. Like, they already don't like Americans as it is in Britain. Let me tell you that. I know that because my friend used to go there and he was wearing like one of those Canada jackets. And apparently a lot of Americans like to go to Britain and wear like Canadian gear to make it look like they're Canadian. And they came up because they thought he was American and they were going to beat him up for wearing Canadian gear. Oh. And he had to prove to them that he was actually Canadian, and then they took him up to drink. But they thought he was an American posing as a Canadian. They said they do it there. So they're not liked there. You're walking around with a sword as an American in a country that hates you. Not a good idea.
Psycho, what do you think about that?
Okay, so let me get this straight, okay? They arrested him for having a fucking toy. They arrested him for having this in public. Are you fucking kidding me right now?
He's got one. I fucking forgot.
Are you kidding me? They arrested him for having this. Guess what, guys? Not real. What's wrong with you?
If he was British, they wouldn't have arrested him. It was just because he was American Florida, man. They probably were worried that he was going to run around and stab people with it on meth. Have you not heard
anybody? You could barely kill a fly with this thing, for crying out loud. This is ridiculous.
And 4 months in prison.
I've ever heard.
See, but here's the thing, and I am not a hardcore Legend of Zelda fan. I've played the games, but I'm not a hardcore fan. But one thing I have taken from the games is this. It's too dangerous to go alone. Take this.
No
and
shit.
That's exactly what he did.
Good.
I'm just saying that is, and 4 months seems a bit excessive. I
think so.
But you're in Britain. Like I said, if you were in Florida, you wouldn't have gotten arrested. If it was a British man in Britain, he probably wouldn't have gotten arrested. When you're an outsider, especially an American in another country, they're hard on you. So if you're in another country, you got to watch your P's and Q's, especially if you're American, because they don't like them in other countries. They really don't.
As a person who's been to other countries when he was overseas, not me personally, but a lot of Americans feel that they're better than everybody else because they're American. And that's where the hate comes from. It's that, everything's like America. No, it's not. The rights you have in America are gone. You don't have them here. In Singapore, as an example, you cannot chew gum. It is illegal to chew gum. If you spit on the ground, they will cane you on the spot.
Dubai, you're not allowed to show public affection.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is that what you said, Dubai?
Yeah.
I was actually in Dubai. I saw a woman make eye contact with me, and her husband slapped her right in front of me. Oh, yeah.
And totally legal to do that.
But it's legal there because this was like 20 years ago. I'm hoping they've gotten better.
Hopefully.
But I'm not very optimistic about that.
No, if you're a white woman or any kind of woman going to Dubai, you're not going to get any rights there.
That's very true. That is 100% true. They made a movie about that with Sally Field, not Don't Take My Daughter or something. I forget what it's
Oh,
called.
yeah. I vaguely remember
It
that.
tells that story about an American woman and her daughter who are pretty much kidnapped in this Middle East country, and they're trying to find their way out. And they go through. I won't give too much away because I don't freaking remember. But they go through like the embassy and everything else, and they try to find their way out of the country legally, because legally they shouldn't be there because they're American citizens. But
Yeah.
I'm staying planted in Nova Scotia. I will not travel to other countries, and that's one of the you don't know what like you said, you just don't have the rights that you have, and you don't know what right unless you're very educated on the country you're going into. You can step into a pile and not come home. So you know.
And with the internet the way it is now and social media, I'm perfectly happy where I'm at right now.
Yeah, if I want to look at a country, I can just go look at a live stream or something.
Well,
I don't know. I wouldn't mind going to Canada personally. But.
Canada is beautiful. I got to go to Victoria, Canada. It's freaking amazingly beautiful up there, and I would totally go there again. It was nice.
Yeah, we're not too strict on our you can get to go home after you visit. We're pretty laid back here with our laws. I don't think there's much you can go to prison for over here. You definitely wouldn't have gotten arrested for carrying that sword around here.
if one thing we can take away from this is not all Americans are assholes. We can that's the one thing I can put out there to the world, is that not all Americans are assholes. Except for the guy up here. He's a total asshole.
Well, it wasn't even my point that all Americans are assholes. It's just that, but that's when they're in other countries, like especially like England is specifically one that just does not like Americans. So even if you're the nicest guy in the world, they're just going to assume you're an asshole because you're American.
And that's a tad racist.
Well, I mean, there's only so many places overseas that I would want to go. That's not necessarily on the top of my list. It's more like Ireland, Scotland, New Zealand. Definitely want to go to New Zealand because they filmed Lord of the Rings there, and it's just a beautiful country. From where yes. Hello, it's in my name. Hello, you moron.
Anyway, that was the last time. I was just I saw that and I'm like, I need Psycho's opinion, because I know how much he. If it was a Metroid, I think I would have flipped out even more. Put it away.
Speaking you're going to get arrested now.
Yeah, no shit.
Speaking of Metroid,
and you give me crap for having a Green Lantern ring.
I don't give you crap for the Green Lantern ring. It's actually cool. I don't give you shit for it.
Anywho,
who bought this rings a couple of years ago? Remember that?
Yeah. Speaking of which, if you ever find another one of those rings in that spare bedroom, that's mine. Please give it back, because I had a second one and I cannot find it.
It might be in the box you left in the closet. Numbnuts.
Well, then go looking for it one day.
I have your permission to go looking through your shit?
Yes.
Okay, fine. I'll go look through your shit. Fine.
Sorry, we're having a bit of a sibling.
We're not related here. We're not related at all.
No, not at all.
No, hold on. Here's how this dialogue goes. I say, "Oh, he's adopted," and then he says, "Oh, well, you have the mailman's eyes." See, that's the dialogue that goes on here. So, yeah.
That's pretty.
You've been singing it for 20 years. It's the same shit every fucking time.
It was on Married with Children. It's gold.
Yeah.
That was an excellent show back when we could tell dirty jokes and get away with it on national TV.
Hell yeah.
We were talking about that at work the other day, as a matter of fact. They were talking about how when you're a kid, you think Al Bundy's kind of a dick. And then when you become an adult, you realize, dude, he was a freaking genius.
Like, I watch some of the old shows because it's on Pluto. And it's just like, you can watch it now and it's just as fucking funny as it was when you first watched it 20 years ago.
I agree.
Probably one of my favorite lines from that movie is Peggy comes home and she's like, "Hi, honey, did you miss me?" And then Al's retort, "With every bullet so far."
No, that's a good one.
Many of them one-liners for her. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I think my favorite is when he's talking to a girl at the shoe store and he's like, he makes a comment and she goes, "How dare you say that to my face?" "Well, I say it behind your back when my car's only got a half a tank of gas."
We should
but you can't do that shit on these shows because everything's so like politically correct.
I know.
Have an Al Bundy on a show in today's society, and he would get canceled by the woke culture so fucking fast.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, but
we need Al Bundy for president. Is what we need.
There we go.
Al Bundy for president and prime minister of Canada. He's going to do both jobs together. We
need Red Green for Canada prime minister.
We need North America great again. On that funny note, we will end this show. Christine, since you're the newest member of this show, go ahead and promote your podcast and give us all the lovely information.
Okay, so yeah, it's called Behind the Sound. It's at behindthesound.ca on YouTube. I'm just getting started up. We've got 6 episodes. We are doing a different genre and a different artist every week. So you never know what you're going to get. We got rap, country, R&B. I got a folk singer. I got an R&B singer coming up next, heavy metal band. So yeah, come to visit us. I'm just getting going. So get on there, and I'm actually uploading 2 episodes next week. So I'm excited.
Very nice. Psycho Nerd without the accent, promote your show, sir.
Why you gotta ruin my fun?
Because I can.
Why you gotta do that? Why do you gotta take away his fun? He just wants to make people happy. Anyway, the Psycho Nerd podcast. I have a new episode dropping this weekend. Just need the time. If we weren't doing this, I would have already taken care of it. But priorities. And I'm currently working on a few podcasts going forward. I am going to Fantastic Fest next month. And I plan on going back to the last 2 years worth of movies that I watched. And I want to go through, talk about, and rank all the movies that I saw. Year 1 was 17 movies in 4 days. And last year, 31 movies in 8 days. When I say I love movies, I fucking love movies. Okay? I love them. There you go. And you can find my podcast on my YouTube channel, which is The Repeat Movie Viewer.
Now, hold on. You said that you're dropping a new episode next week?
I am. Well, this weekend, as soon as I have time to do it. I'll probably do it tomorrow.
So what you're saying is that we will have new content?
Yes. We will have.
Sorry, that's our thing.
Well, that's what I talk about in the podcast, how I've been kind of dormant on my channel for so long that I've been
dormant? I've seen glaciers move faster than you.
Well, I've been busy over on your channel, sir, so I'm trying to work on doing double duty.
Excuses.
I'm over here trying to help you out.
Okay, whatever.
Anyway, you're welcome, by the way.
Oh, dick. And again, this is the Jazz Zodiac podcast, the greatest podcast you've never heard of. And I was saying it before I met Charles. So, Charles, no.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, he did bring that up. Again, you can find the video portion of this podcast on the beautiful app known as YouTube. Make sure when you watch it all the way through, or the views don't count. Christine taught me that.
Yes,
the more you know. The more you know. The audio version you can find on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and of course, iHeartRadio. Also follow the TikTok and Facebook apps as well. I'm going to be more interactive with the crowd going forward. I need to put myself out there. I only have 1,100 followers on my TikTok. It should be higher. We'll work on that. But that being said, for the Psycho Nerd and the Psycho Nerd podcast, and for Christine Terra, I am your humble host, the Jazz Zodiac. Want to thank you for joining the show. And until next time, remember, in a world of Superman, be the Green Lantern. We'll see you next time. It's the Jazz Zodiac podcast.
Hey, everybody, we're all going to get laid.